one of the things that has been, I think, more, I guess, visible is the body positivity movement, right? You know, so a lot more conversations being had about body positivity and not body shaming. And I think it shows up in like music and movies and things like that. So how, like when you think about your journey and like accepting your body and like with wherever you are in your journey, how has the body positivity movement impacted you?
Well, I think for me, as someone who's like super skinny and that's not what the look is either, the body positivity movement kind of helped me feel a little bit better about my body. But I find myself more like, oh my gosh, you're such a queen, you look so beautiful. And then I'll look at myself and be like, girl, you are not it. So it's like, I try so hard to like bring other women up and like help them feel confident in their own skin. But then when I look at myself, I don't feel the same way. So it's really hard for me. So I'm kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
One thing I did at the start of this year, I went through my closet and I looked at all my clothes, I held them up and I was like, does this make me happy? Does this make me feel pretty? And if it didn't, I send it to donation. And I feel like that's what I'm starting, the body positivity has helped me to like realize is that how you dress and how you feel, how you dress impacts how you feel. So I'm trying to dress more to my standard and not to, like I said earlier, my mom always kind of taught me to be modest. But now it's like, it's okay to be happy about your body and to dress dress in a way that makes you feel happy.
I think for me, I've always tried to like emulate what I see being accepted by society. So like, it's been like, okay, she's wearing a crop top and she's accepted, let me try it. But then I wasn't realizing that body positivity is something, or even just accepting body image is something that starts from the inside and then shows outwardly. So I think that once I started to become comfortable with my own body and say, okay, this feels, even though this is not what's accepted by society, this feels comfortable to me. Wearing this feels comfortable to me. That allowed me to be able to try new things and to be comfortable with who I am as a woman and just own my body for what it is.
So I think body positivity actually, I think started for me with Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, wow, like she can say all these things and no one's telling her anything because, well, they really can't because she's not saying anything that's not true. And I think it took freshman year of college, like you want to wear everything that your friends are wearing. Sophomore year for me was cut short. But I think this year, I don't know what clicked like in this pandemic. Everyone was trying to lose weight. And I was like, you know what, no, we're gonna work with what we have already. I'm not gonna try to lose, I'm not gonna try to add, I'm just going to try to exist. And I don't know, something about like a few months ago, I just had this like switch my brain. I was like, girl, you are it. Like, who cares what all these people are saying? When I was little, I was bullied for being fat. I was like, okay, but like I'm still here. Like, you can't get rid of me. I don't know, I started wearing what I wanted. Like, the point is that like you have to make sure that everybody knows that choice. Like everybody knows it is, yes, it is my choice to wear these jeans today. It's not your choice. I'm not putting on this huge sweatshirt because I think it'll make me like look a certain way or because I'm not feeling well. It's just, I want to wear a big sweatshirt today, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna be me in this big sweatshirt, and it's either you like me or you don't.
When I think about like what that has looked like over the years, it's definitely shifted. And you know what I sit with is like when I'm critical about my body, like being mindful of like where it's coming from. Is it about health? Because I know like some of my habits have slipped. So when I feel like, okay, I need to do something different, it's not necessarily only about like the way that I look. I know that I eat well for the most part, except for the 87 Reese cups I've had this morning. But like I know that I feel better when I do some of these things. So you know, if and when my body shifts because of the healthier habits that I'm practicing, I'm happy with that. You know, I don't want weight loss for the sake of weight loss, right? Because you can lose weight in an unhealthy way. You can gain weight because you're unhealthy. But as long as I'm being healthy and staying true to what makes me feel good, then I'm okay with that. And part of that is also being okay with like my mom bod, right? Like after having a child, it's like, okay, I'm not as snatched as I used to be, but still snatched, you know? So it's, yeah, it ebbs and flows.
How do you think, or have you started teaching your daughter about body? She's young, right? So
she's young and she's very aware. So she asks a lot of questions.
That age.
Yeah, we sit with a mirror and she's like, this is what this is what that is, and all that stuff. And like she's very aware, so like I'm mindful about like what I'm wearing and how I'm talking about my body in front of her, like making sure that I'm not like, well, I can't wear this because like my stomach is out, like things like that. Because she also copies what I do. But yeah, she's young, but not too young to have questions and being aware of body. Like sometimes she'll like run up to me and grab my stomach, or I forget what it's called when you like blow on a baby's stomach.
Oh, like raspberries?
Yeah, like she'll do that to me, and it like caught me off guard the other morning, and it was hilarious. But like, I'm okay with that. Like, mommy has stretch marks, and she'll ask like, what are those stripes? You know, she's like, oh, I have stretch marks from carrying you. You know, but I'm okay with those questions, and I'm okay with my tiger stripes.
And I think it's important that you like help her like accept your body and her body from a very young age, because even now, like my mom, like she was a larger woman, but she lost all this weight, and that's really fantastic for her. But she's always been insecure about her arms, and I'm not insecure about my arms because, well, they're my arms. I'm gonna have them forever, like they're mine. And the other day, I think I tried to put on a tank top, and she was like, you're not afraid of your arms showing? And I was like, your insecurities are not mine. Everyone needs to learn to accept themselves, and especially as people, like, don't project your insecurities onto other people. And sometimes I find myself doing that with like my friends. So I'm like, oh, that skirt. Like, are we sure? Like, are we sure about that skirt? But then I'm like, just because it's your insecurity, it does not have to be theirs.